Hi there folks, Borislav247 here with another Days Gone video from my sub-challenges series, where I show one specific challenge and break down all the sub-challenges that lie within it. And on this video, it is the infamous surrounded challenge that gets my full attention. Now, throughout all my time playing these challenges, I've never really taken the time to go into great detail about the sub-challenges that need to be completed. Well, that is all about to change, as I intend on showing all 12 challenges in this video series and breaking them down and showing every sub-challenge completed in as easy a way as possible. And trust me folks, there is a lot of these sub-challenges that can be simplified. Now, you will see on screen that I actually have a challenge completed already to a gold standard. I will talk more about that later on because that is an essential part before taking on any of the Endless Sword challenges. So I'm not just talking about Surrounded. This one will apply to Infested and Black Friday as well. But anyways, on to the sub-challenges themselves. Now, looking on screen here, they don't look too bad. What is actually required here? Calculation, get 10 kills. Ranked, get 100 kills. Trapped, get 10 kills with traps. Earful, get 250 ears. Unfortunately folks, this is the requirements for a bronze in each of these sub-challenges. I'm not interested in getting the bronze. This is all about getting the gold requirements for every one of the sub-challenges. So let's take a look at exactly what is required for the gold. And here we are. These are the gold requirements. So I'm going to go through each of these just to provide a bit more information. 3 of them are fairly self-explanatory. One does require a little bit of explaining. I'll start with calculation. You're basically required to get 100 kills using barrels or crates. Now there are 22 barrels and crates in the Sherman's camp area that you're working in. So you do have a lot of options here. Especially when you do it in the way that I show. Trapped. This requires you to get 100 kills using traps. Now the traps that this is referring to are 2 very specific items, and these are your proximity bombs and your remote bombs. Now given that you start the challenge with 6 proximity bombs and 6 remote bombs, and that you can get a maximum of 20 kills with a proximity bomb and a maximum of 10 kills with a remote bomb, you really do have a lot of options. And again, when you do this sub-challenge in the way that I show, you'll see just how easy it can be done. Okay, on to Earful. Again, very self-explanatory this one. You're required to get 999 freaker ears. Whenever you shoot any of the freakers, you will see on the mini-map on the bottom right of the screen, you'll start seeing X's appear. These basically denote your freaker ears that are available for picking up, and in order to get them, you just have to basically run over the area that they are in. So on that particular challenge, you do have to keep an eye on the mini-map, but ideally, if you're sticking to a small section of Sherman's camp when doing this, it does make the job an awful lot easier. Now, on to the last one, and this one is a little bit strange. It's called Ranked, and it requires you to get 300 kills with high chain. But what does this actually mean? Basically, in order to start off this high chain, you are required to get 50 kills. Basically, make sure that you have 50 on the multiplier. Once your multiplier starts going over 50, the high chain is activated. Every kill from then on in, while you are maintaining your multiplier, will count towards your high chain kill. Now, should you unfortunately lose your multiplier while attempting to get this done, you don't have to worry too much because the number of kills that you've currently got on your high chain are banked. You do not lose them. The only way that you will actually lose them is if you are actually killed during the challenge and have to completely restart the Surrounded challenge. Basically, if you do lose a multiplier, it's just a case of having to get the high chain going again, which again requires you getting 50 freaker kills, and then from then on in, as long as the multiplier is over 50, then the high chain will continue. It might take you 1 attempt, it might take you 2 attempts, it might take you 3 attempts. It really doesn't matter too much as long as you get the job done. And given the fact that you have 60 boxes of ammunition that are lying around in Sherman's camp, you do have a lot of options. So now that all the sub-challenges are explained, let's go to the next page and see exactly what you really need to have in place before attempting these. Right then, I did mention at the start of the video about a challenge that I had already completed to a gold standard, which I consider essential before attempting any of the Endless Horde challenges. And it is this one right here. It is the Ambush Camp Rush challenge, completed to a gold standard. And this is the patch that you earn when you do complete it to a gold standard. It is +3 bullet penetration. And this is huge, especially as 2 of the sub-challenges here, Ranked and Earful, are really dependent upon having this in place first. I'm not saying these can't be done if you don't have that patch in place, but those 2 particular challenges will not only take you longer to complete, but Ranked especially actually becomes a very difficult one if you don't have the bullet penetration in place. So, as well as this, rings. I'm very fortunate because I have completed one of the challenges. I do actually have some credits, and these are the 2 rings I always recommend for any of the Endless Horde challenges, Bullets and Ram. Bullets basically allows you to get so much of your ammunition back when you do a dive roll, and Ram gives you a slight stamina increase when you climb on items. And finally, I've just changed the character to Ricky, and this is purely because Ricky is a slightly faster character than Deacon. And again, because I've completed one of the challenges, the Ambush Campers challenge, I had credits to do this. But let's get on to the action. Right then, on to the first sub-challenge, and the one I'm taking on is Calculation. This requires you to get 100 kills using barrels or crates, and this is how I'm going to do it. Get into Rosanna's, into this freezer section, and I pick up all the items, but truthfully the only items I'm actually interested in are the attractors. That is the key to getting this sub-challenge taken care of quickly and safely. Next, I'm heading into this room here. Pick up the med kit, very important, you never know when you'll need one. And most importantly, I now have 6 attractors in my inventory. That is more than enough to get the job done here. So now I'm looking for some action. Now I can see a barrel over there straight away. I will be using it, but not just yet. The first barrel I'm going to go for is this one right here. Basically because a lot of the freakers are around this area at the very start. Now, I'm going to take care of that freaker there. I don't think I'm going to get any more. And I always make a point of throwing the attractor in an area where I still have a clear line of sight to taking out the barrel or crate that I'm looking to take out. So from here, I'm looking to head to this area. Very nice area indeed, because you get no surprises from the back. And basically, I'm looking to head over here and pick up my second medkit. And that should be the last item I need to pick up on this run. So from here, again, want to make sure that the attractor is in a nice spot where I can still get a good shot off here. And not an issue for this one here. Very nice on this occasion, I get the full 20 kills. Now, I'm heading back up to this area for a very good reason. Any of the freakers that are approaching will come that way, and I see the rest of them for some reason just don't seem to be interested. But more importantly, just before heading up to this area, I seen another horde spawning on the map. I'm basically waiting for them to arrive. When they do, there's only one direction that they can attack you from, and that is the way that they're coming at me now. So they're either coming up the stairs or onto the balcony area on the left. But that is basically it. You can see everything that's coming towards you. So now I've got them pretty much well grouped. Yep, very nice. And I'm using this area here just to regain a little bit of stamina back. But the most important part here now is that they are all behind me. And it makes now for the last of the attractors a much easier affair indeed. So I'm very aware I'm starting to run out of time here, but that's okay. There's enough of them, so that's the next barrel done. And again, at this point, it is actually going to take another 3 barrels to do the job, but there shouldn't be much to do with the last one, which will be essentially the 6th barrel. So again, the attractor's in a nice spot. I've got a nice clean line of sight, and it's just going to be rinse and repeat. Again, get the attractor down, run well past the barrel. Very nice. I've only got 2 more to take out. I probably don't need to use the attractor, but I'm going to just for the hell of it. So get that down. Yeah, there's definitely at least 2 there. And that's it. Calculation done and dusted. Quite quickly and very safely, which is the most important thing. There we go. And because I've got a bronze score, I will actually get a patch, albeit the weakest form of this patch, but we'll see exactly what this entails. Right then, because I got a bronze score there, let's have a look at the patch that you get from Surrounded. And this will be immediately applicable, and it's a very, very handy one to have indeed. It's only a 7% stamina efficiency gain, but once you get a silver or a gold score, that will increase. So the next sub-challenge I'm going to be taking on is Trapped. So let's get to it. Right then, on to the second sub-challenge, which is Trapped. 100 kills required using traps. And there's a bit of deja vu here because yes, this is exactly how I started the run for Calculation. And again, this is actually all about the attractors, because the attractors are the key to getting this done, not only quickly, but very safely. Now, again, you never know when you'll need a med kit, so always take it when you have the chance. So there we go. That is my inventory with the attractors at full. And as you can see there, I've got 6 proximity bombs. More than enough to get this job done. And you also have the luxury of the backup of 6 remote bombs, should you need them. But doing it this way, you shouldn't need them. The attractors really are what make this work so well. And also because proximity bombs are frickin' lethal. Any way in order to get the job done a bit safer is always going to be a welcome one. And again, I'm looking to get the second med kit, and from here I've got a very specific location I want to take them to, because I do like this area at the back of the family care area, basically because you have a lot of area to work with. So from here, this is nice. You're guaranteed you're going to get no surprises from the freakers. So from here, looking to get reasonably close. As soon as it's placed down, I dive, roll away, and that's it. That's my first 20 kills. Nice, safe. And it's all about the safety. So I'm going to get another attractor out here, get a proximity bomb ready to rock and roll, and I've actually got a slight problem here. I go for this very quickly. I do not recommend you do that, by the way. That was a bit stupid on my part. I do have 6 attractors, so I could quite easily have just let them congregate there for a while and get ready to rock and roll with the next one, but never mind. At this point, because I can see they're all over the place, the freakers, I'm looking to get to this section again. Very handy. It's a nice escape area. You basically got all your freakers coming from one direction, and you can bunch them up very nicely. So at this point, I'm just going to go a little bit further this time. Have my next proximity bomb at the ready. Yeah, looking pretty safe at this point, just waiting for more of the numbers. Nice, that should do the job. Right, this time, yeah, I want it in that spot there. And yeah, a lot safer this time. This job is just about done. I'm getting the maximum 20 kills every time, and that's what it's all about. At this point, I was deliberating whether to wait for the next spawning of the horde, but there looks like there is 20 still in play here, so I'm just looking to get the job done right here. And that's it, folks. That is how you take care of the trapped sub challenge very quickly and very safely. Right then, 2 down, 2 to go. And the next one that's coming up is the hardest of the lot by a long way, and it's ranked. So, let's get to it. Right then, on to one of the hardest sub-challenges there is, and it's ranked. 300 kills required through a high chain, and this is how it's going to go down. Again, I'm going into Roseanne's, and this time, everything is important that is in that freezer. The ammunition most certainly required, because when I do eventually get all 3 weapons ready, I want them absolutely loaded with ammunition. Now, again, I'm looking for the medkit. Much more important on this run than the previous 2, because you are likely to take damage when trying to take out the ranked sub-challenge. But I'm looking pretty good at this point. I still want that second medkit, which is on top of the building that I'm about to head to. And right now, I'm just going to get their attention, and then I ideally want to get a bit of time on the clock, because not only am I looking to get that second medkit, but from here, I'm actually looking to work my way over to the other side of Shannon's camp, because I want to get the SMP-9. I do also have the option of going for the Chicago chopper, but I'm honestly very happy with using the IDF pop. There is going to be a fair amount of gunfire required in the way that I do it, but between the 3 weapons that I will have, it's more than enough to get the job done. Plus, I'm going to be using grenades at every opportunity. And attractors, of course. So, at this point now, again, I'm looking to basically just get a little bit more time on the clock. And I can see now on the mini-map on the bottom right there that the next wave of freakers has spawned. Now, I'm still not interested in actually starting the attack just yet. I'm waiting for the next set of freakers to spawn before I get ready. So again, I'm just looking to get a bit more time before heading down to the petrol station, and yeah, I wasn't really paying too much attention there. I didn't realise that there was a few freakers up there, so you can see there I've taken 1 hit, but already 1 hit does an awful lot of damage when surrounded. So from here, I've got enough of a gap here between me and the chasing pack, so there we go. I want the SMP-9, and I'm certainly taking the ammunition. And yeah, might as well just take out a few more here. Yeah, some god awful fire in there, but at the moment, not really that important. Just going to head over here again. I'm looking to protect the stamina as much as possible, which is why I'm climbing at every opportunity. And yeah, I'll just keep the speed down a little bit here, just trying to make sure that I get my stamina back to a good spot. More ammunition, why not? Now, at this point here, yeah, I'm going to take out a few more of them, and I'm really now got an eye on the mini-map at the bottom right, because it's just waiting for this next lot of freakers to spawn. And there we go, that's them right there. So at this point again, I am trying to keep the stamina in good shape, because I know I am going to have a lot of running to do very soon, because they're all starting to converge on me now. So I'm heading up this way, and the area that I'm actually looking to start my attack on this ranked sub-challenge is basically the side of the town hall. So there, I just want a little bit more time, and now I am running. I want a little bit of a gap here just to be on the safe side. Yeah, a few more shots there. Right, okay. The time is looking good now, so now this is it. This is where the attack's going to start. Yep, I've definitely got over 30 there, so that's first grenade away. Just going to go with a second one here just for the hell of it, and truthfully it didn't actually do very much. I didn't have very many freakers by that grenade, but never mind. This is it, up and running. and I can already see that the next two waves of freakers have spawned, and that's nice. So they're going to be heading this way. By the time I take out this lot, the next lot of freakers should be upon me, and that's what you want ideally, because you want to keep the multiplier going, and the quicker that the horde gets over to you, you're spending less time in getting the multiplier higher and quicker. So at this point now, I want an attractor right there. Just get the MG ready, and again, I'm going to hit them with grenades here. And another one. I should get maximum damage out of those two, and I have. So at this point now, I'm just going to go to town with a few attractor bombs. Very handy. Place one down there. There's definitely 20 there, so I will get good value for money with that one. And it just keeps the multiplier going along nicely. So again, always be looking at the minimap to see just where the hordes are coming from. I'm going to get another attractor bomb down there, and I'm actually heading back up this way because I know one of the hordes that have spawned are coming from this direction. And again, I probably could have thrown that attractor bomb a little bit further up, but it's just a bit of safety there, just to make sure I can get to this area nice and easily. And this should be where I finally take care of this sub-challenge. Because again, I've got them all nicely lined up. And I'm looking at the multiplier now. Yeah, it's close to 300, so the target is of course 350. That's when I definitely know I will have the job done. And it's one thing that I didn't mention. Basically, if you get the ranked sub-challenge taken care of in one attempt, basically getting the multiplier over 350, you are guaranteed you will also get a gold score for the surrounded challenge. So it's a very nice bonus, especially when you see what the patch perk now is for surrounded when you've got a gold score. Now, at this point, yes, I have actually got the job done now for this. I have got the 300 on the ranked sub-challenge, so they can do what they like with me now. Job done. It is worth noting that you can potentially go on and try and take care of the Earful challenge after you've got that done, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to do them separately. Okay, now that I have a gold score on Surrounded, the patch for Surrounded is now at its most enhanced level, and look at this, 28% stamina efficiency. This is huge, especially given the last sub-challenge that is coming up. And not only that, because I now have a rep level 3, I can upgrade my bullets and ram rings, which will give me a lot more of an advantage going into the last sub-challenge. Right then, on to the last sub-challenge, and this is Earful. Certainly not the most difficult, but at the same time, it takes a long time to complete. 999 freaker ears are required. So, as always, I like to start the same way. I'm heading over to Rosanna's, and I want everything that's in that freezer. This really is a marathon, not a sprint. It does take a while to do, even when you do it in the way that I am doing it. So again, I'm looking for the first of the 2 medkits that I want. Very important. In fact, in this run, I am actually going to pick up 3 medkits. I want as much help as possible. And I'm not messing around on this run either. Not only am I going for the SMP9, but I will be going for the Chicago chopper as well. So I take the time here just to come in here and pick up the 3rd medkit. And it's actually a little bit forgetful on my part, because where the Chicago chopper is located, there is a medkit right beside it, which I could have got later on. But however, I'm just being super cautious here, and I'm going for the 3 medkits very early. So that's nice. At this point, very similar to the sub-challenge of ranked, I am now looking to take the freakers down to the other side of Sherman's camp, because I basically want these other guns in play before I take them back up here and then just really go to town on them. So at this point I've got a good amount of time on my hands here, so I'm basically heading now to get the Chicago chopper. And unlike before, where I used the school bus to take out a few more freakers, I'm just using that bus there for stamina gains by climbing. So it's this building here I need to go into. The top of the stairs here, there is the Chicago chopper. And there is another med kit. Should I need it at some point, I know it's there, but not an issue in this case so far. So I'm awfully close to the SMP-9, and I'm just having a quick look and seeing what I've actually got to work with here. Yeah. Nice. And that is me now ready to take this lot apart. So at this point now, I'm looking to head back up to the top area where I like to work, because it really does have a lot of advantages. The biggest advantages that I take from working in the area that I do is basically that you have a lot of escape routes. And I'm going this way for good reason, because I killed a few of the freakers before, so I know there is going to be some freaker ears. And of course, near the town hall area, there will be an awful lot more. So at this point, I'm now just heading up this area, taking my time. But the time issue here does have to be addressed, so the SMP is doing a very good job of that there. So at this point, I'm just going to get an attractor in play, and this is just basically going to be the start of it now, because I'm going to loop around this particular area. I don't have the next horde spawned yet, but it won't be long before they do, so here we go. This is now where I'm going to go for this sub-challenge in earnest. And yep, straight away on the screen I can see another horde that has just spawned, so they won't be long in getting to this position. And I'm more than happy to wait. The beauty of taking on this challenge like this is because I'm not worried about the ranked challenge, I'm not bothered in the slightest about the multiplier. It's really all just about getting the freaker ears. And here they come. Use survival vision whenever you have the chance, because it is very handy to have, especially as the bodies start to pile up. It does give you a good idea of just how many are coming. Especially in this section here, because it's not always that easy to tell when you have a lot of them. And this area I do like so much because you have the added luxury of a barrier just behind you, so you can just do a very quick jump over the fence line, and then from there you do have an extra bit of protection should you need it. Yeah, just going to the survival vision now. They're not coming that quickly, but they are getting there. Yeah, this is going nicely so far. So, yeah. Yeah, now I'm starting to get a bit overwhelmed at that point, so I am going to take the time at this point to use an attractor bomb. I'll head over here. This will give me a little bit of a break. I'm really thinking about stamina at this point, because when you're taking on this sub-challenge, stamina is hugely important. You really do have to watch what you're doing with it. And I've got proximity bombs. I don't always recommend you use them like this, but I'm pretty much like, what the hell. I'm pretty well versed in using them where where I can do damage safely. Now, that's the next two hordes that I've just spawned, so at this point I always like to go to any of my escape options that I have available, and this is always my first choice. So many advantages to this area. Basically got some ammunition which I'll take advantage of, but look at this down below. They're congregated so nicely that every time just fire a grenade down there and you're guaranteed you'll take out 30 every time. So from here, this is looking quite good. I'm going to place an attractor there, and I have the option of going with a grenade at this point, or even a napalm molotov. So I decide to go with a grenade, and I'm going to go with another one just for the hell of it as they're coming through that alleyway. But now I have a slightly bigger problem. Another two hordes have spawned, and I am not in an ideal position where I can get to one of my escape areas, especially the one that I like to use. So I will use another proximity bomb, but look at this slot now, so I'm really going to have to run the gauntlet here. I'm going to head across this way. Yep, I have got a lot of stamina here, so this is all good. This is why I try and protect it so much, because when you do need the stamina, it's always nice when you can do an extended sprint. So now that I've got over here, I'm still not out of the woods yet, because they can flank you from the left. But looking at the minimap, it's not too bad. However, just as I say that, that's another 6 hordes spawning. So yeah, I very nearly put myself in a tough spot there. Dive rolls always do help, but this is another fantastic escape route. Head up here, all the hordes will converge on this area, and once they do, then I can come off. I'm going to head up over to this area right here again. I want an attractor down just to slow them down a bit, and yeah, I've still got grenades. I'm going to use them. And because of all the bodies that I've got piled up here, survival vision is very handy to use. As you can see, and yeah, I've got an absolute rake load and I'm heading to my position here. Now at the moment, I'm doing quite well. I've seen that's me actually picked over 500 free careers, and this is another escape option. There's also ammunition there, which is handy. If you're ever going to use that area, always make sure that you leave that area in the same way as I did, direction-wise. If you go down off the other railing, which was behind me there, you're likely to kill yourself because you're jumping down onto the horde. But the car there just makes it so much easier. And at this point, again, yep, the timing at the moment is not fantastic, but I don't mind. Amazingly, the multiplier is still in place, but I'm not bothered. If it goes to 0, it doesn't matter. The score is not important, and neither is the multiplier. It's all about just keeping safe, just getting the kills, and picking up the free careers. And again, I have to watch in this area because, yeah, I can get flanked from the left. So, thankfully, there is not that many of them there. So, might as well take advantage of that barrel. And I'm looking ideally to get back up to the town hall area. And okay, this is a little bit unexpected, but not a problem. I'm going to use the bus here. This is another very handy escape option. You're basically drawn in most of the horde, and then you move off quickly. And this is the beauty of it. Already now, I've pretty much got, yeah, I've taken 1 or 2 slaps there, so that's what the med kits are for. But I've got the entire horde again behind me, so happy days. And I am going to have to get some action going here fairly soon because the clock is just about out. But there we go, nicely saved. And again, at this point now, they're all very nicely lined up, but I am going to head over the fence line there, just to give me a fighting chance of taking out quite a few here. And there we go. Now, again, it's always worth keeping an eye on the minimap in the bottom right there. I can see they are spawning again, and now in large numbers. But because I have been aware of it very quickly, I'm going to my number 1 escape route. It's right here. So again, yep, they're all congregating nicely down there, so I'm definitely going to take the time to fire off another grenade. I'm just holding off as long as possible there, so that as many of the freakers head over. And now from here, I really need to think about using some of my napalm molotovs, especially when they're in such large numbers. So here we go. You know what the hell, let's just have a party. Not only that, I'm actually taking a look now at the numbers I have for my free careers. I will probably find the next time that I head over to this area, I will probably get the job done. So at this point again, I'm taking full advantage of the surroundings to climb on items and whatnot. Just keeps the stamina in check. You don't want that dropping because there may come a time, oh, and the hordes have spawned again, so that's it. That's what you make sure you look after the stamina for, because when the time comes, you want to be moving quickly. And doing it this way every time just ensures your safety. For this run, I think I've just about got the job done. Where are they all coming from? It's okay, they're all down there. So, I would imagine I'll pick them all up here, and that's it. That is Earful taken care of. And at this point they can do what they like, because my work here is done. That is the last sub-challenge taken care of to a gold standard. And there we go. I have actually taken care of everything to a gold standard on the Surrounded challenge. Had I not already taken care of a gold score, I would have taken the time to show at the very end of this video a run where I get a gold score. And in some of the other challenges that will be happening, but obviously not necessary here, as I took care of the gold score when taking out the ranked sub-challenge. Now if you have better rings to use for taking on these sub-challenges, then do it. I'm basically showing the minimum requirements that you need to get the job done. And that is it, folks. That is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Take care.